right, Albie. How long have we known each other?
16 years.
Wow, really?
I know.
Oh my good. Oh, this is almost the time of our first date.
I know. When we called Verizon to cut the cord, and he looked at our file and he was like, I see here you've been customers for 14 years. Wow, that's longer than some marriages.
So,
it made me laugh.
Remember, on the day that we went on our first date, by the way, which I absolutely knew it was this is going to be a done deal. I brought a team with me, a team consisting of Doug Palmieri, who is a program director now, who was a production guy, program director in Providence for like PRI and PRO, whatever, a big cluster, great guy, and Mel Robbins. I had 3 versus 1.
Who's now like really famous, Mel Robbins.
It's like -- 1 podcast in the universe or something. Yes, exactly. And I had them. I had Mel use her persuasion powers to convince you to make the bad move. A life coach giving you bad advice. And you bit. And now you're living here in overboard land.
I should just check in with her and just run her lifestyle by her and see if she has any additional advice now that she got me stuck here.
I assume, like, I've been using ChatGPT because Alice showed me how to use it. So I use it as part of editing news articles and stuff that the reporters write. And it catches stuff that I wouldn't catch. Like, if you said, if somebody wrote, and the Speaker of the House went to the field club to check, there were 2 does, to me that makes sense. When my eyes see that, do the what's wrong? But it catches stuff. Sometimes the articles are so clean that ChatGPT says there's nothing here. It's clearly written, concise, and there are no spelling or grammar errors. And it's just like wonderful. I wonder if she put us through her life coach ChatGPT if it said, I'm not seeing a problem.
I can tell you because I use ChatGPT as my personal therapist.
Yes.
That is not its response.
Stop talking about me with your computer friend. It doesn't know. It's jealous. She told me.
Everybody was commenting, by the way, on my pins here, my flair.
Yeah. Alice is a nerd, and so she got special, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Nerd. Anyway, it's funny because when we first
Somebody said, highly decorated Alice Shattuck, which one represents your service during the Korean conflict?
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
Splash said, Operation Enduring Tom.
How dare you? How dare you? This is why, this is why you check out during the...
Each one of these means I took a standardized test during
Alice.
the conference.
We have new people listening. We can't let them think it's this overcompensation for some Lexington boat yacht who's friendless for the prime years of her life.
Maybe this is the year I get into LinkedIn posting.
Oh, I can't understand. Oh, I got to do my unemployment thing from last week. I don't understand how LinkedIn is. To me, it's all spam and junk. I even got a job recommendation. Remember this? Mm-hmm. Hey, why don't you get together with this guy and check out, see maybe you guys can work together. And this guy, of course, was crazy, and he's like, I want to do $1 billion podcast with you, and we can have this and that. And like, I've been in radio long enough for after like 30 seconds of this to realizing, he's unemployed and always has been. And so anyway, but
He's bought a lot of domain names.
He does. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, he's got a lot of domain names. It's like the best news in Boston, the first news in Boston, the second news in Boston, the most sad news in Boston. It's like, I got all the domains. And if this were 32 years ago, that would matter. But but anyway, like, remember the guy who sent me him and said, you guys should link up, was Cosmo Macero. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe that was really Cosmo, because I've pinged back at him and he doesn't like say anything. And also, like, Cosmo wouldn't.
Most people don't check their LinkedIn messages like normal people do.
Why? I had no idea about this. I took it seriously. Oh, God, everything's a freaking scam. And that concludes my portion of the show tonight.
I think that most people on LinkedIn are using AI to write their posts.
Okay. All right. The floor is yours. I'm done.
You're done. That's your
Now you need to step in.
That's your contribution to the podcast for today.
I can't believe you didn't step on me when you had a chance to say Mel Robbins. That must have hurt. Or maybe you were distracted by the chat. That's the only thing that gets you too distracted to use your step on skills. Okay, well, today what's happening in the world is it is January 6th. As a matter of fact, it's January 6th.
So
Alice.
did you see the Tim Walz cut that I sent us,
I know
where he addressed that it's January 6th, and the media didn't start their opening with that. They asked him about fraud and other boring things that are not the worst thing to happen in America.
His impending incarceration. Let's play it. I may have to read the editorial, Alice, that's in today's Main Wire.
Did you end your campaign by yourself, or did you receive pressure from Democratic allies?
This is a decision that I make and make with my family, and certainly I think, as I said, it's the right decision. I'll note, I think it's appropriate we're here today. The war that's being waged against Minnesota, you're seeing it. We have a ridiculous surge of apparently 2,000 people not coordinating with us that are for a show of the cameras. I'm going to note to all of you, today is January 6th. There's no debate what happened. The President of the United States led an insurrection against a fair election.
Oh, man, this guy's
to try and
going to jail.
overturn that. And, report both sides of this. Well, he said he really didn't, and courts convicted 400 of them, and he pardoned them. No, he did that. He did that, and that's today. And it's clear that we also saw today he implemented 5 states are being punished with a freezing of federal funds illegally that were appropriated by Congress, our tax dollars.
So that is the lowest, obviously, the lowest, what is it, resolve? The lowest choice, the lowest the lowest hanging fruit of a bastion. What is it called? The last vestige of the
last refuge?
Refuge of a what?
Scoundrel?
Yes, there you go. Else, feel free to step on it when I'm asking for words.
I don't always know what you're going for. I'm not completely psychic
Totally
with
is.
you yet.
By the way, can I just say here that when yesterday, every newsroom and every couple who's involved in politics, when they said Walz is out, it's there's the newsworthy one, which is he's quitting the race, or the not really newsworthy one that he is a homosexual.
Did you like my Walz title last night?
Yes, Alice.
See?
A+ again. Yeah, Steve's working on one of those too. I forgot what he's trying to do. The Walz and shiny. We'll go over it.
But yeah, this guy's just terrible. And to immediately go to, I think that it's appropriate that we're gathered here today on January 6th, which everybody did this today. NPR did a big retrospective thing, breaking down the blow by blow, as though it's the moment that the towers fell.
Yeah, they're doing a candlelight vigil right now. They're all out there. And
It's really insane behavior by everybody to pretend that January 6th. And I'm not going to stand behind everyone's behavior on January 6th. That's for sure. I don't feel the need to defend anybody on that day, but the freaking histrionics, it's incredible. And it's been a while now. Right?
Americans scared, struggling, wondering what was next. Made those famous words that we all heard when we were in school and knew that that's what America was about. All we have to fear is fear itself. And we fucked that.
Did he just say that I thought?
Oh, man. Yeah, no. It's so incredible. I mean, first of all, he's nervous. He's lashing out. He knows he's cornered.
He sounds totally different. His
Yes.
tone of voice and everything, he sounds completely different than he used to sound. He's clearly very worried about whatever's going on here with the fraud stuff.
You don't just quit. You can't just quit a race for governor where you're going to be a shoo-in unless the writing on the wall is the stuff of nightmares.
Right.
And it absolutely is. This is a total mess. Total mess. And they got, and the funny thing is, we talked about this when it was happening. They managed to find the least appropriate running mate that they possibly could. Like, possibly could. How did they do this where they said,
Well,
you know
I guess
what?
they assumed, like, if you're the governor of a state, you can't suck that much.
Well, they're trying to, but he's not just a governor, military record, big hunter. You know, they throw this guy out there with his gun and he's prancing around like they don't shoot anything, doesn't know how to load it. He's like, I make my casseroles are boring because I'm just a white guy casserole. What do you use, spices? It's like, okay. I mean, he's so terrible. But the thinking in the room was we can't pick the Jew.
Right. Because our party won't like that.
Right. So we'll pick the manly man who prances around and starts the gay-straight alliance in high school as he's coaching boys. And that'll seem totally no. I don't get it at all what they were thinking. I mean, they're stupid. They did it the time before too with the Kamala thing was at least transactional. At least that was nice and cynically transactional. He needed the dude in South Carolina to get the black vote for him, and he said, "I'm going to pick a black woman. It doesn't matter. The two criteria we're going on are black and woman, and that's it." So he got this hood ornament under Kamala, who at least looked nice, but who was absolutely useless. And because they elevated somebody who was without any talent at all, they decided they'd show us, we're going to give her responsibility. She's going to fix immigration, And there you go.
Yeah.
That's her fixing immigration, where she can't do anything but laugh through interviews where she's not been anywhere near the border, not going to the border. But I know the Tim Walz thing, to me, I love it the most because it just shows that they just went by, like, labels. You know, there used to be word clouds, like, 15 years ago. They just went by labels. Okay, he's white. He's a little fat football coach. We call him Coach Walz.
Well, right. And let me see. Did I send it to us? They, people have been re-upping that post from the election season. Because you remember how, like, at first, when everything was brat and, like, fell out of the coconut tree, and they were
the
so
weird stuff.
excited. And so people have been re-upping this tweet from Aaron Regenberg, who tweeted out during the election. Tim Walz is my dad. Kamala is my fun aunt who lives next door. They just found out that I'm being bullied by the worst kid in my class, JD. When they try to talk to his dad, Don, it becomes clear that he's the real problem. They go back to their car. Kamala pulls out her cop badge. Tim grabs his old baseball bat. They walk back to Don's porch. As Tim reaches for the doorbell, they look at each other and smile. This is going to be fun.
Oh, man. And then they had to go with that's first of all, that's horrific. I mean, what woman?
It's like weird. It's a man.
Oh,
It's a man who posted that weird fan fiction about wanting Kamala and Tim Walz to go beat up Donald Trump, their mean bully from their childhood. Like, talk to a therapist. Don't put this stuff out. Talk to ChatGPT. Like, don't put this stuff out here on Twitter for the friggin' world to see that you're psychologically not well.
well, then remember, went from that to
This is gonna be fun.
he had what was it? We were intimidated by his masculinity.
Probably, yeah.
Something about that. Jerry sent me something on that. Intimidated by his masculinity, and then decided that they were going to make Emhoff the guy, who's also like weirdly. First of all, he looks like the snowman from Frozen. Second of all, he's also got his weird. He's effeminate, but we know that he's not afraid to beat the crap out of a chick if she embarrasses him.
Right.
So I mean, that's masculine, I guess. Misogyny, I guess. And then they have the front of the ticket who doesn't learn anything and doesn't care to. It's just amazing. And then they put this commercial together with a bunch of gay men. This is manly now when we go for Kamala. If you do that, like, what are you doing? After yelling at actual men for a long time, and then you think that if you put a commercial on NASCAR, this will get the idiots back. They watch their NASCAR, you know. Yeah, they do. I've seen them do it. Like, I feel like I'm doing a show from 2 years ago, but oh my God. The guy is What are you thinking? And actually, Tucker made a good point about this one like 2 years ago, whatever, when he said he feels bad that Tim Walz is part of a party who won't let him be who he really is. And that is true.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's not allowed to be.
Just whatever it is that he is.
Yeah, and he's not a gun guy, and he's not a sports guy. He's a guy.
But he's an old, slightly fat, balding guy who visually reminds Democrats of their mean, Trump-loving uncle. So that...
But he speaks like this, so, he just
But they haven't picked up on any of those signals.
No.
They just look at the absolute superficial and they're like, because that's what they do. Because they're like, oh, Biden picked a black woman. I know what we'll do. The white men won't vote for us. We'll pick a white man. He looks just like them. They'll be fooled by this.
Well, right. Because that's the only reason why they liked Rush Limbaugh.
Right.
Because it was another white guy being hateful. So there you go. Guns are a little hateful. Put a gun in Walz's hands. There you go. Here they come. Anyway, I'm thrilled. I really do hope he ends up in jail. I think it's fantastic. And he's not a good guy. And I'm sick of people saying that he's a good guy. He's just simply not.
They committed fraud. We have a requirement that the House run an audit, which they did not do. You are the gatekeepers on this. Demand that there's data practices, and if they have emails...
Here he is throwing the other branches in his state down.
Right.
Under the bus.
Showing that I have committed fraud, you should get those. Why aren't they putting them out there? Why aren't they turning them over to prosecutors?
They will get those. Actually, no, you shouldn't say that. They have those. That's why he's going away. Because now it's a matter of how much do you want to embarrass yourself? Do you want to do this in front of the kid? Do you want us to...
Right. There might not be emails showing Tim Walz committed fraud, but there's probably emails showing that he didn't want people to try too hard to catch certain demographics committing fraud.
There's also, prosecutors talking to lawyers of people who've been around his sphere.
A lot of people think Ilhan Omar is going to go down for this too.
I kind of think she's attractive, so I don't want her to. I want her just where she is. And I like the fact she talks like a duck. I think it's kind of attractive.
And right now, they are hiding behind a veil of innuendo. They're protecting the biggest fraudster in the White House. They are unwilling to acknowledge that January 6th was an insurrection. They are unwilling to stand with Melissa Hortman's children. And I want to tell
This is a guy going to jail. That's what all of that is. He's out of stuff to say.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trump is having a great time. Did you watch the thing about the trans weightlifters?
No.
Okay, I sent us that cut too. It's everybody's been talking about this. Basically, the framing on this, which I knew I had to watch it. The framing on this was basically kind of like when they were like, "Oh, he mocked a reporter with disabilities." They're going like, "Oh, he mocked trans weightlifters." Hey, don't leave that yet.
You hold that right there because I want to hit this for a second. This is related to Tim Walz. This is about Keith Ellison. This is from The Five. And I just want to hit this before we move along because I think it's important because it's the same thing.
Because he might have been the first shoe to fall, but there's more coming. Because Keith Ellison, who is the Attorney General of Minnesota, former congressman who is a member of Democratic leadership, he is on audio, leaked audio, talking to these people, telling that he will cover up the investigations, telling that they'll tell the investigators to back off. So this resignation or decision not to run, not a resignation, but the decision not to run is not the end of the story. The fraud story doesn't end there. To me, it's really just beginning. And thankfully, there's a very good prosecutor in the state that is relentless. So hopefully they'll get it cleaned up.
Here we go. So let me try to find the Trump thing. Ellison is so perfect like that, too, because he is such a snake. I love it. I love it.
And she gets up and they put a little tiny thing like this, little thing. And my wife, by the way, my wife hates when I do this. She said, she's a very classy person, right? She said, it's so unpresidential. I said, but I did become president. She hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential. She actually said, "Could you imagine FDR dancing?" She said that to me.
Did you just
And I
catch
said,
that?
I got it.
there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, he was quite elegant. But he wouldn't be doing this. But nor would too many others. But she says, "Darling, please, the weightlifting is terrible." And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said, "They don't like it, they're just being nice to you." I said, "That's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, 'Dance, please.'" But the weightlifting, but no, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, But she gets it.
So this is a weak girl trying to lift a weight. This is what he's playing out here.
Yes.
I've never seen him so animated. This is like an AI thing of him, but it's not.
Drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, "Have you lifted before?" "A little bit." And he walks up. He could have gone ding, 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 ding.
He's
I think
pressing.
he's 112 pounds, right? It's crazy.
That was a great 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like as good as a bunch of people's comedy sets.
Yes. And he built off like parts of jokes too. He was really having fun. He is really having fun. This is a good time for Trump. This is like the more now they're saying, this is all about what's going on there that you're looking at that. Who's saying what? I air it out.
What?
The chat.
Oh, in the chat.
That's the face you make, Alice. There's two faces you make. One is when you look for a good thumbnail of you, when you make your faces, when you're pleased with you. Uh-huh. And you're even more pleased if you look beautiful and I just look like a monster. And the other thing is when you're looking at the chat and you really like it but don't want to get busted or reprimanded.
Yeah, but sometimes we've already moved on from the thing. Dr. Cheswick says FDR used to dance prior to him turning 40.
Right.
Mick says in the chat, will Tim request a tampon dispenser in his jail cell? And Splash says, yes, a young, shaven Puerto Rican tampon dispenser.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to...
Well, we have to talk about this girl, Sia Weaver. Have you seen anything about that?
Oh, yeah. We almost talked about... Did we play her stuff last night? This is Mondani's girl?
Yeah, the blonde who hates white people.
Yeah.
She's deleted her entire Twitter account, but a bunch of people screenshot her post because she was hanging around with Mamdani earlier, during the campaign. And she's been going around, talking on podcasts and news shows and whatever for a long time. So there's plenty of footage of her out here. She just absolutely freaking hates white people. And he and private property and capitalism and landlord, everything. So he's put her in charge of tenant policy.
Charge of what?
Tenant policy.
Oh, tenant policy.
I think the reality is that for centuries we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. Ooh. And we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards a model of shared equity will require that we think about it differently. And it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
Are you ready to have a different relationship with your property?
I'm all for it.
But this isn't just he chose a psycho and put her in charge of nothing. The city of New York is now pursuing this stuff. However bad you thought this was, so they just went after landlords right now. Remember I told you, I mentioned in passing a little while ago, that one of the reasons rent control is terrible is it means that a bunch of landlords can't even afford to fix up properties and put them in good enough shape to rent because they can't rent them for enough money to to make it to like pay for the cost of the repairs. So the city of New York is now doing something where they go after landlords who haven't repaired properties, and they're just gonna seize the property.
Oh, that's great.
Like, which is gonna be fascinating. They're essentially saying that rent control is a taking, basically. And they're going to probably end up taking this to the Supreme Court, which is going to be fascinating.
Seizing the private property.
Of the landlords who won't fix it up.
What does that sound like?
And in their argument, they say, basically, rent control makes this, like, not a feasible business. And so we're just going to take it now.
Okay.
So, good luck, New York. It's been fun. Like,
by the way, New York Post reports that the mother of that girl Weaver owns a house that is worth, you think it's worth a very little or a very lot, Alice?
I would say large, because she grew up in a single family home in like the New York suburbs somewhere.
Yes,
so.
$1.6 million in Tennessee.
Yeah. I just love this. Love this. But the other Mom Donnie thing that I love that happened today is, so remember, he obviously came out and let everybody know that like he'd been briefed on the Venezuela situation, and he like had let Trump know that he wasn't okay with it and all of that. So like some reporters kind of pressed him on this about like what exactly he meant by the fact that he was briefed. Did you see this video at all?
No, but I have it right here. Ready?
Okay, I sent it.
Clearance yet, and has anyone from a federal agency reached out to you or members of your team to begin the vetting to get federal security clearance?
That briefing, yes, was conducted by my team, and the question of federal security clearance is one that's ongoing.
So, do you have it right now?
No, not as yet.
So the briefing that he got, he'd been briefed on the situation.
Right.
What does that mean to most people?
Means that they gave him all the information on the situation.
Right. But he actually doesn't have a security clearance and can't be briefed on the situation. So what he means by I was briefed on the situation means his aides like went on Twitter, saw what happened, and told him.
Right.
His team did the briefing.
Right.
So he just read the news like everybody else.
Yeah.
I've been briefed. I've been briefed too, Tom. We've all been briefed.
We have all
the
been
Babylon Bee did a good story that was like Mom Donnie tunes into The View for his daily briefing.
Speaking of The View, Alice, are we ready?
I'm ready.
This is their take. Sonny Hostin's take on Maduro.
Yes, we can all agree Maduro was an illegitimate president who did horrible things in that country and was corrupt. The way he was removed from that country matters. We are supposed to be a nation of laws. The way we did it was against international criminal law. It's against the United Nations.
But guys, we've done this for 30 years. Gaddafi,
it doesn't
Saddam.
make it right.
I know, but let's just be consistent with other administrations that under just as tenuous of authority have taken out. We all agree that without a good plan in place, it goes disastrously. I am not pro-nation building.
Go into
that's why the opposition leaders.
Somebody who's weaker than we are. It's always a country that we can overpower. It's not China. It's not Russia. It's not North Korea.
I would support taking out Vladimir Putin.
That's how all international law works, by the way. Is we also don't like send our people to the International Criminal Court. Like we don't do any of the international law stuff because we don't have to, because nobody can make us.
That's exactly right.
That's what all international law is. There's no like actual international law. Although somebody told people on Twitter, and I thought this was like great advice. Basically, like anytime somebody says it's against international law, just tell them to call the world police.
Yeah.
Instead of like arguing about it, like, okay, go report the big international crime.
Well, you know what I want to see happen is I want Netanyahu to go to New York because Mondani says he's going to arrest him and hand him over to the International Criminal Court. It's in the UN, right? It's part of that, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't remember if that's the UN, but yeah, I mean the whole thing is so absurd. Like it turns out we can just do this. And people are so I don't understand why Americans who knew nothing about Maduro 3 days ago or like any of this, or better yet, people who'd been saying Maduro had to go for years up until this happened.
Of course.
That they're now like so upset about this that they're like doing insane things. There was this guy on Twitter who like tried to dox some guy that he claimed was like the commander of Delta Force.
Oh,
or
right.
whatever.
You told me this. Oh, that's great.
And he ended up with his whole Twitter profile locked because he like posted some guy's photo and like bio, and he's like, "This is the commander of Delta Force," and blah blah blah. Like, and like first of all, everybody was saying like, I don't know, but everyone was saying it's like not true. And he also is like, "Oh, because I'm a reporter, I can like leak classified information, and because I didn't obtain it, that means it's not a crime." Like, okay, like, I mean, first of all, it's not even clear that you did leak any classified information because you just took some random service member's profile off of like some academic website and posted it on Twitter claiming that they're like a war criminal and sending people after him for no reason whatsoever. But then like you're going to claim that you're like somehow privy to classified information but you have to be so unhinged for that to be where you are, that you think what the world needs you to do, like this moment in history, is calling you up to go after the Delta Force, like personally yourself,
Alice,
on Twitter.
But this stuff happens. People feel empowered to go be heroes and right wrongs, and they're always way too jumpy about it. They don't think it through. They're jerks, which brings us to West Newbury. Have you been here?
I've been to West Newbury, yes.
There's a picture here. West Newbury, this is somebody, a Facebook page. Somebody named Molly.
Okay.
Has a picture of the dumpster. In the town, there are two dumpsters. Two dumpsters for cardboard. And both of them are overflowing, or were overflowing. They are not anymore. But this is from yesterday. And it shows one of the dumpsters, and there's so much cardboard up top that now cardboard has been piled next to it. And somebody says, "I just can't believe," the person who posted it said, "I just can't believe how rude and disgraceful this is to our town. Be better." And then somebody else says, "I was just there and took some photos of addresses on like Amazon boxes."
Right.
Some
are
not
we
even
going to be on there?
Very likely. Okay. Some are not even from West Newbury. In fact, some aren't even from Massachusetts. How much do you have to suck if you're spending your time? Aha. So by the way, and also there's a science behind it. So the 3,000 people who reasonably put stuff in this thing versus the 1,000 people who put it outside of the thing, the 3,000, all of the people tried to use the thing. They did the thing the town told them to do.
Right.
Right? Now, I do think there's probably a glut of boxes around Christmas.
Right.
So,
and Dr. Cheswick asked here, was the cardboard flat? Because I do think that that's like inexcusable when there's a dumpster that everybody has to use and people just put in whole boxes as cubes and not like flatten them.
That should feel bad to put it in as a cube. And so the only time I would put it in as a cube is if I fill it up with other stuff. But even that said, it's like, okay, we pay property taxes. You guys handle the thing. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I am not the town worker. My job ends right here. Good. I've thrown my thing in the thing. You handle it from here. You know, this is not like it shouldn't be all the special rules. And by the way, the freaking cardboard's going in with everything else anyway. So let's freaking just be real about this. It's a huge loser to try to recycle stuff. It doesn't make any... Anyway, but just that, like, get their names. Yeah, we'll see. Remember the guy who caught wind that you and I were leaving Melrose?
Yeah.
And he's like, hold on, guys. They voted against the override, and now they're leaving town. Like, get him.
I know. Which, congratulations, Melrose, because they now passed a massive override that I think, like, the tax bills people have been posting, it seems like their real estate taxes went up like $1,500. A bunch of people.
That's good. I think they should hire Kuchenberger back and just keep trying. Keep trying it. And we had another Facebook post that we were supposed to read there too. One was from your little buddy.
Why do you sound so angry when you mention people that I know?
Because your people suck. Mine are good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Rowley rant. Rowley's around here. The presidents of peace. As I sit here in Fort Lauderdale Airport, as they have just shut down all air travel in the Caribbean, including Puerto Rico. There's so many people so supportive of our president's actions against Venezuela. Nobody cares if they can't get to their hotel or their cruises or their family because of this latest necessary action against the drug cartels in Venezuela. Good job, President Trump. Imagine they had their...
I know you freed the Venezuelan people from a terrible dictator and brought a narco-terrorist to justice, but have you thought about the fact that I am late for my cruise right now?
Imagine, I'm a really good person. I'm missing my cruise. Oh, my goodness. That is great. And the other one was a friend of yours, who an old Lexington boat yacht bunny. I forgot what she said. I don't have it anymore. But anyway, hers is the same thing, essentially. Say, great, now we're stuck. I'm stuck
in... like, we have to pick up our parents from the airport and their flight's canceled. But,
yeah. Oh, man. That is just wonderful. These are not really nice people. They think they're nice. They think they're being nice by writing your name down from the Amazon box. Is that the thing? But they're not nice people. All right, Alice, do you want to do the chat chat?
I think we should head to the chat chat.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, Andy in Cambridge, 5 minutes east of the Phoenix Landing. And I gotta say, letting Paul kiss you is very much the same thing as making out with Paul.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Cheers.
It's pretty gay.
It is not.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean that kissing other men for drinks is pretty gay.
He really liked me, and I could tell the way he was looking at me. I was like, oh, Paul's getting close here. Paul's getting close there. But we needed those rum and cokes or whatever they were. And, yeah, I mean, it wasn't, whatever. You know, I did it for a friend, Alice. I was taking care of my pal who was with me, buying him drinks, too. I'm the one who had to go prostitute.
You took a hit for the team?
I did take a hit for the team. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Can't even be sure it was on the lips. I think it was probably on the cheek.
I think you're an unreliable narrator here.
Hey, Billy from Manchester.
Hey, Billy.
What a complete mess of a show. The first 4 minutes, raising microphones, lowering microphones, trying to get this going. The camera's not working. The Featherstone interview was just terrible. I mean,
no way.
Warfest. And then,
Did you say Warfest? Hold on. Let me see what he said. How dare you say that?
Wife talking 90-10 again. And then with the microphones being...
Can you... I'm trying to rewind this thing. Damn it, Ellison.
Potted up, as they say. Right, Tom?
It is. I actually gave Steve from Merrimack credit today. I'm starting this from the beginning for saying potted. It's potted. P-O-T-T-E-D. It's not potted. It's not... Use the pod. It's not the pod. It's a pot. P-O-T. Oh.
Just swallowing your saliva at various times.
Yeah.
Just gurgling and swallowing saliva.
I know, dude.
That's all I hear. It's just Alice and saliva swallowing. It's basically the theme of that. That should be the name of the show. Something's got to give.
I agree.
47 seconds. Wow. You're throwing me off today.
Thank you, Billy. Hold on.
Sorry about
that,
Billy.
Billy from Manchester. What a complete mess of a show. The first 4 minutes, raising microphones, lowering microphones, trying to get this going. The camera's not working. The Featherstone interview was just terrible. I mean, Warfest. And then,
no, not a Warfest. No. What is when Trump said? No, she said you're a creep. No creep. No, what was it that he said? You don't have that. Okay, here we go.
Chappie from Maine.
Hey, Chappie.
A couple of things. First, let's start out with the beginning of your show from last night.
Yes.
Can we please straighten out the microphones and the this and the that. And check 1, check 2, for crying out loud.
Dude, what was wrong with the mics last night? Was there something wrong? I was so tired by the time we got there. I don't remember.
Something was wrong, yeah. They were like turned down or something was weird.
Oh, yeah, yours was. All the octane was taken out of yours. Because I have a son that... nobody cares. My son uses this charger...
There almost was not a podcast last night.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Honestly.
Almost convinced us at the end to do it. But I was done. I was finito.
So I apologize.
Mother of God.
Yeah.
And secondly, the issue we have with all this fraud in America, I think it's directly, more than anything, it's tied to power. I believe our voting system in the United States has been corrupted for years. Hence, we have no representatives from New England, from the Republican Party, and.
Really, just about right. I guess Susan Collins technically, maybe. But you know what? It's funny because I was listening to Howie today, and he mentioned that all those votes they found in Atlanta, the 350,000 people who shouldn't have voted, and they only needed like 10,000. Remember that? That was a big thing, and everybody yelled at Trump, "Find me 10,000." Yeah. Give me a break, dude. You're right.
The candidates and some of the people we have, my God, we could do better at a tag sale. So that's my 2 cents.
Chappie, call again. Your voice is a great voice. It reminds me of somebody from the 70s, maybe even 80s as well. Great voice, Alice. Who does it remind you from the 80s? Gil Gerard died, Alice. You know who Gil Gerard is?
No.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you nervous? Because the music comes. That means it's your turn to talk. Are you nervous?
No.
Okay. Let me, if I can find the music.
This is why I'm not nervous. Got time to prepare mentally. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Great chat tonight. If you want to join us as the in the live chat got the fever. As a Patreon patron, you can do that at patreon.com/burnbarrel.
Mind your own damn business.
If you want to just listen for free, you can also do that at burnbarrelpodcast.com. There's links to places to listen like YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. All
Oh
those.
my God.